Alrighty. So, first things first, I kind of have to address an elephant in the room. There is a concerning amount of people who have not turned in their Chapter 4 test. Remember, the Chapter 4 test is 2 parts. There was a multiple choice, fill in the blank, reading and listening, and then there was a written portion. It was an FRQ. Those together add up to over 50 points, and it's worth 40% of your grade. Progress report grades are due Wednesday. If you have not submitted either of those, or if you have not done your retake for those, you have until tomorrow night. I can't take it any later than that if you want it in by progress report time. It's a lot. Please do it. I know it's a little harder to stay focused with everything going on, but please, it's worth so much of your grade. And a lot of folks' grades are not great right now. I have a lot of missing stuff from Japanese 1, y'all. It is not good. So please, I beg of you, contact me if you need help. That's what I'm here for. I am here to help you. Any day that I'm not streaming, you can basically call me or text me at that Google Voice number that I've given you. Message me on Remind, email me, message me on Canvas. I will help you get stuff done if you need to. But please... Yeah, and Vela has to hear me complain enough because I'm so stressed out because I want you all to do well, and we are not doing well right now, so please, I beg of you. Obviously, this doesn't apply to everyone. It's just an unfortunate number of people that it is affecting. So PSA across the board. Imagine that I've dragged over the stool. You remember the Real Talk stool? I would drag that to the front of class, and you all knew, oh no, it's Real Talk time. Imagine that I'm doing that right now. That's how serious we bring in. Okay, now that I'm past that, let's go and start our new stuff. So we're starting Chapter 5. We are talking about adjectives and Automata Pias. So our focus is going to be reviewing how to describe things around us with adjectives and Automata Pias in order to communicate information about common items around us and decode descriptions found in advertisements. You have 3 things that are due this week. That is going to be the Adjective Chart, Automata Pia discussion, and textbook page 138 1D grammar check. 3 things that are due, so please be sure. And by the way, that's the other thing about those chapter tests. Those are the last things that are going in for your grade for progress reports. So please, if you have not gotten those in, change that. This is also for any assignments that you have been missing this quarter. Please, capital B, please get them in. I will not give you a late penalty. I just want you to get them in so we can get your grades up. So if you have anything that you're missing, get it to me. Please, por favor, this. All right, so let's go and talk about some adjectives. So we got some new ones here. Blam, blam. So, e-adjectives. We know it's an adjective because we know that it's an e-adjective because it ends in e. So we have atarashii for new, atsui, which is hot weather, and atsui, which can be hot thing. So we live in Florida. So we can say, tenki wa atsui desu. It is hot outside. The weather is hot. If I were to pick up a cup of tea and it was just freshly brewed, I'm going to go, atsui. Oh, it's hot. Isogashii. This is busy. So you have 3 tests this week. You have 2 essays and 7 homework assignments. So if you want to express, oh, I'm busy. I'm very busy. Totemo isogashii desu. I'm very busy. Ookii. That's going to be big, large. So for example, we have a large school. So gakkou wa ookii desu. Our school is large. If you see my dog, for example, I have a large dog. So I'd say, inu wa ookii desu. My dog is large. Omoshiroi. This can be interesting or funny. Now we can use it to mean interesting or funny because more than likely, if something is funny, it's probably because it's caught your interest. So it doesn't matter in what case you use it. it's going to mean interesting or funny. Now, obviously, if you are learning something new, and you go, oh, 面白いです. Oh, that's interesting. It would probably make more sense to see that as meaning interesting if it's something that you are learning. Now, if you're laughing at something, oh, 面白いですね. Like, oh my gosh, isn't that so funny? So it can be expressed more specifically depending on how you're reacting. So if you're nodding, you're going, 面白いです. Obviously, you're being thoughtful. You find something interesting, but 面白いね. You're laughing, then we know you're going to mean that it's funny. More things we have. Kawaii. Now be very careful with this. There's kawaii and kawaii. Again, that is kawaii and kawaii. Ka for kawaii is cute. Ko in kawaii is scary or frightening. You do not want to go up to your crush and say, kawaii desu. Because then you're going, hey, you're scary. You want to go, oh, kawaii desu. Oh, you're cute. So careful about that one. Samui, the thing that we don't really get to say a lot with being in Florida, cold weather. So to Floridians, 70 degrees would be considered samui. Tanoshii, how I hope my class is to you. That would be fun. Tanoshii desu. Chisai, small. So my cat Lulu is only 8 pounds, I think, 8 or 10 pounds. So I would say, とても小さいです. She's a very small cat. Tsumaranai, what I hope you don't think of my class, is boring. Oh, tsumaranai desu. Oh, this is boring. Furui. Now, you don't describe people with this. This is to describe an old thing. So, for example, I have my textbook in my hand right now, and I think y'all have seen the textbook that I've had, and I've had it since college. So I have had this book for 8 years since I started college, and it's really ripped up. It's seen a lot. So I would describe this as being furui. That's old when describing things as being old. Muzukashii. I think how a lot of you feel about things like kanji, or having to read full things in Japanese. It can sometimes be very muzukashii, difficult. And then yasashii. We can use this to mean easy, as in a problem, or kind, as in a person. Think of it like this. When I say that someone is yasashii, and I'm describing them as being kind or nice, it's because that they are easy to talk to. That's why we can use both. So I could say, Cruz-sensei wa yasashii desu. Miss Cruz is nice. I hope. And then yasui. This is inexpensive or cheap. So, for example, you go to the dollar store and you can get a soda or several sodas for only $1 per. That would be とても安いです. That's very cheap. Now we have some irregular e adjectives. Those are going to be adjectives such as かっこいい, which means good looking or cool. E, which is good. So the reason that these are irregular is notice the fact that they have 2 E's in them. This means that when you're going to be conjugating them, they're going to do stuff a little differently. So be mindful of that. All right, next up we have na adjectives. These are going to be things like kirai. So it's going to be disgusted with or to dislike. So for example, is cute spelled with 2 E's or just 1? It is spelled with 2. So it would also fall under this category of irregular e adjectives. Good catch. So kawaii. So na adjectives, kirai. So if I want to express that I don't like fish, so I would say sakana ga kirai desu. Now, kirei, again, you want to be careful with this. So with the 2 E's, would you draw out the sound? Yeah. So I'm not just going to say kawaii. I would say kawaii. I have a bit of that elongation there. Kind of like when I say ii desu ne, I don't say ii desu ne. I say ii desu ne, and I lean on it a bit. Now, obviously, I don't need to go ii desu ne. I don't need to lean on it super hard. But you can tell the difference between ii desu and ii desu. Now, this is another one to be careful with. You do not want to go and tell someone, kirai desu. Because you're saying, oh, I don't like you. You want to say, ah, kirei desu. Oh, you look pretty. You look beautiful. This can also apply to if you want to describe a room as being clean, a car being clean, because it looks so pretty and nice and clean. So kirei. Then our next one that we have here is genki. And we are actually going to be learning this kanji. That's why you see it completely in kanji, but this is genki. So when I ask, minasan genki desu ka? Hey, how are you doing? The literal translation is healthy, energetic, or fine. So when I say genki desu ka, I'm asking, oh, are you well? Are you healthy? Are you good? So these can mean healthy, energetic. And then shizuka, what I absolutely am not. Shizuka means quiet. So you go, oh, shizuka desu ne. This applies to first period when they first get to class because they are all very tired. It can also apply when no one wants to answer a question and everyone's silent and I go, ah, shizuka desu ne. Next up we have suki. Suki is fond of or to like. So I could say, inu ga suki desu. I like dogs. Daikirai. So the dai that we have here, we actually use the kanji for big. So you can think of it like big dislike. So that means hate. So I could say, mushi ga daikirai desu. I hate bugs. I hate insects. And then we have daisuki, which is very fond of or to love. So I could say, for example, Nihongo ga daisuki desu. I love Japanese language. Nigiyaka. We're describing a party. It's lively. I do believe that the kids enjoy saying lit. You can enjoy that. So nigiyaka, lively. And then hima. This is not busy or to have a lot of free time. So over summer, you will probably be totemo hima desu. You will probably be very free of time. Now notice that they have these nas after them. That is because it's going to be a little different in how we conjugate them. Yeah, enjoy that one. So let me go and create an example for us here really quick. Boop. Ba-doop. Get over here, you. I know a song called Sayonara Daisuki no Hito. Yeah, so goodbye person I love. So let's do some examples here. The general way that conjugating these kinds of verbs is going to be like this. So let's start with samui, which we said means cold. So if I want to put samui into present affirmative, that would be samui desu. And this is highlighted for a reason, so don't worry about not knowing 100% why we're doing that just yet, because I will show you why we're doing that. So then we have present negative, and this is going to be, if you all are familiar with Naruto, there is the thing that they throw, the knife, that is called a kunai. I like to explain it like this, that when you are going to make an e-adjective negative, you are going to throw a kunai at it in order to deny it. So if I want to say it is not cold, that is going to be samu kunai desu, because you're throwing that kunai at it. All right, next up, we are going to have past affirmative. So this is going to be samu katta desu. So if I want to say it was cold, then it becomes samu katta desu. And then if it's going to be past negative, this is going to be samuku nakatta desu. And notice that we're doing something interesting here. in that we're combining the present negative and past affirmative together. 寒くなかったです. It all comes together because not only is it in the past, but it's negative. So it's almost like they're having a mashup. They're fusing together. So this is how you would conjugate E adjectives. Hopefully y'all are with me so far. And then I'm just going to copy paste this because now we're going to talk about na adjectives. And actually, before I do that, just kidding. I want to talk about the irregular E adjective. So E. So the reason that this is going to be irregular, similar to when we were talking about suru and kuru, everything is going to change. Suru becomes shimasu, shimashita, shimasen, shimasen deshita. Kuru becomes kimasu, kimasen, kimashita, kimasen deshita. Same deal, everything's going to change over here. So this is going to be ii desu. So whenever I say, ii desu ne in class, that's because I'm saying, oh, good job, right? But then things are going to change. This is going to become yokunai desu. Then we're going to go over here, and this is going to become yokatta desu. Then over here, it's going to be yoku nakatta desu. So the big thing that's changing this time around, in comparison to what we have before, is that beginning part. But notice that we're still keeping similar stuff to what was going on over here. So the kunai, kunai, katta, katta, ku nakatta, ku nakatta. So we're still keeping that. The reason that it's irregular is because we keep nothing from the original. Even the beginning of it changes. All right, now that I have that out of the way, now we can talk about our na adjectives. So na adjectives. And this does also apply to anything that is considered a compound adjective, so like kakkui, kawaii. They would both go under this category. Now let's look here at na adjectives. We are going to use the example genki. So genki, which we said means lively. So what we're going to do here, genki desu. So, hai, genki desu. Yes, I'm doing well. Now, present negative, this is going to be genki janai desu. Then we're going to have genki deshita for saying, I was fine, I was energetic. And then we're going to have genki ja nakatta desu to say, I was not fine, I was not healthy. So if a na adjective is going to be in present affirmative, so I'm going to say, it is na adjective. You're going to give me the adjective and then des. If it is negative, so it is not na adjective, get is genki janai desu. It was na adjective, so past affirmative, genki deshita. Past negative, it was not na adjective. That is going to be genki ja nakatta desu. Now, if anyone happens to remember, you will notice that this is the same conjugation table as nouns plus des. They follow the same rule. Something interesting to keep track of. And you will also notice that the final na is always dropped. So when you see them in your textbook, or if you see them listed in Quizlet, you'll notice that they may have na after it. we are not going to use that. The reason that you see that there in parentheses is just to remind you that it is a na adjective. But when you're going to put it into long form, so to say, I am feeling well, that person is lively, the class is quiet, you're going to drop that na. All right, do I have any questions on any of this? And I will go ahead and I will post this in the Canvas announcements with the video, so you can also refer to it at that time. 質問がありますか? All right, I don't see any questions coming up. So let's go and move on to the next thing. So you will notice here that you have an adjective chart, and you are going to give me the English translation. You are going to give me any helpful hints that you can think of to help you remember what the word is, and you are also going to conjugate it. So past affirmative, past negative, or present affirmative, present negative, past negative. You're going to fill all these out for me, and I will be creating a submission button for that. So don't worry, that'll be coming out soon. All right, Automata Pias. So you have a document here that you're going to be reading about Automata Pias. It's originally in Japanese, but there will be a column there that is in English to explain them. And you will answer 3 questions in English, so you do get to use English this time. So you're going to tell me, how do Automata Pias enrich the Japanese language? So, how do they make things a bit more special? You're going to give me 1 example of how they are used, and you're going to give me the difference between the following. So that's zaku-zaku, saku-saku, and shittori. You're going to select 2 to explain the difference. So first things first, can anyone in chat tell me what is an Automata Pia? You can also throw out some examples of English Automata Pias that we have. Bang! That is exactly an Automata Pia. Pow! An exaggerated phrase like zap. Dong. Exactly. So you'll notice that they are words that create some type of sound. So for example, a dog, we like to say boof, because sometimes when you have big dogs and they're about to bark but they don't fully commit, they go boof. So we call it a boof. For cats, we say meow because they meow. It's some type of sound word. A door slams. We hear a bell ding dong. You have the zap of touching playground equipment and you get shocked by it. You hear the sizzle. Janjang. Yeah, that's an example. So we have a lot of Automata Pias in Japanese. What I would suggest, if you want to look this up, the manga Automata Pia rap from NHK. I love the manga Automata Pia rap. It is great, and it has a lot of examples of different types of Automata Pias that are used in Japanese. Another great video for this is from Japanese Pod 101. Now, it is a long video, so you don't need to watch the whole thing, but it's Japanese Automata Pia for daily life. Similar to how I can say the bacon sizzles, the door slammed, the cat meowed. We have a lot of these that we use in our everyday language in English. But you can also look at the ones that they have here in Japanese, and she goes into great detail and explanation of that. So if you're interested in learning more, check this out. If you just want to see something silly, go and look up onomatopoeia, because it's really great. All right, and then the last thing that you're going to be doing for me this week is going to be this textbook page. You don't actually need the textbook to complete it. Excuse me. The only thing about it is that you are going to be answering these questions in complete sentences in Japanese. So this one will require you to write in Japanese. So you will be answering these based on how we have discussed how to use adjectives. So you will be responding yes or no to these things, and I want to make sure that you are conjugating the adjectives correctly. So please be careful about that. And that is all that we are doing this week. I just want to go really quickly into kanji and just talk to you all about kanji real quick. And then I will release you. So give me just a second. I actually want to go and take out my kanji book here because I want to go into the different ways that you can remember these kanji as well as what each individual kanji means. You get to hear some page flippies for a minute while I go and look for these, because they're a little spread out. All right, so first one that we have here, you are going to read this as yama, and it means mountain. This one is kawa, which means river. This one, I actually forgot that I had the meanings for these on the other side, so goodbye textbook. This is origin. This is gen. This is going to be heaven, which is ten. Then you have watashi, which is I. So you no longer have to write watashi. Now you can just hit the space bar because you just have one little character for that. So watashi, that's I. This is ima for now. You also use this in kyo for today. You would use this kanji and then the kanji for day or sun because it means the day of now. So we read that as kyo, which means today. Next up, we have rice field. This is usually read as ta or da. You see it commonly used in the name Yamada. So that would be the kanji for mountain and then rice field, Yamada. Then we have here onna. This is female or woman, onna. After that, we have otoko, which is man or male, otoko. Then we have mi, which is to see. So if I say mimashita, terebi o mimashita, eiga o mimasu. I watched TV. I will watch a movie. You use this. Then we have i, which is in iku, which means to go. So, 学校に行きます. I go to school. 図書館に行きました. I went to the library. Now we have the た in 食べる. So, ご飯を食べました. I ate rice. 魚を食べますか? Do you eat fish? That's the た in 食べる. After that, we have the の in 飲む, which means to drink. So, コーヒーを飲みません. I do not drink coffee. でも、モンスターを飲みます. But I drink Monster. 毎日モンスターを飲みます. I drink Monster every day, as you all know. Now we have Yamakawa-san. This is going to be a name. So Mr. or Miss Yamakawa is going to be Yamakawa-san. Now we have tenki, which is going to be weather. Tenki. Now you can see here where we're going to have genki, which means healthy, energetic. So genki. Onna no hito. So we have female, we have person. Together that's going to mean woman. Onna no hito. Similarly, we have otoko no hito. Otoko no hito, male person. That's going to be man. Otoko no hito. And then our last one here. This is going to be ki, which means spirit. Ki. You will see this used in tenki for weather. So the spirit of heaven, the heaven spirit determines the weather. And then you have genki. So your spirit originally is one that is healthy, that is energetic. So that is healthy or energetic when it's put together as genki. I want to make sure that you all start getting used to these kanji as well as the ones from chapters 3 and 4, because from now on, if I ever write anything out, I'm going to be replacing it with this kanji. No more hiragana of that. So please be sure that you are going to Quizlet and you are practicing these. And that about covers it. So please remember, if you have not taken the Chapter 4 test, that includes the FRQ and the multiple choice, you need to do that by tomorrow night if you want it in for progress report grades, and that is worth 40% of your grades, so you really want to be sure you get that in. Additionally, what we have due by Friday, the adjective chart, you are going to be giving me the English translation, and you're going to conjugate each one. Then you have the Automata Pia discussion. So you're going to be reading through this and you're going to answer these questions in English. And then you'll be completing the textbook page. It's listed here as a 5-point quiz, and you are going to be answering the questions in complete sentences. And that is all I have for you today, beautiful people. Do I have any questions on anything I've talked about? Anything that you want me to review? Anything that you want me to do in more detail? Maybe you want to see me use some of the kanji in a sentence, or if you want me to do some more examples of adjective conjugation. Actually, you know what? I am going to do some more adjective conjugation because I want to show you how we're actually going to be using these in sentences. So, let's go on over here. Have you started grading the FRQs? Yes. So far, I believe I have finished period 1. I am getting through period 3, and then I will do period 7. So let's go ahead and actually practice how to do some of these. So if I want to say, this watch is expensive. So we are going all the way back in time to the days of X wa, Y this. And we are using our pointing words. So we're not just saying watch, we are specifically saying this watch. So how would we say this watch? You're close. Kore means this, but that's not being specific. We have a version of this that we use with specific thing. I'll give you a hint. There's a particle that we use. It's a possessive particle, but it can also make things specific. There we go, nice. Kono tokei. So, kono tokei. We're going to say wa. And then expensive is going to be takai desu. Kono tokei wa takai desu. This watch is expensive. Now, how about that coffee is not delicious. So now I'm being specific again, but I'm not saying this thing, I'm saying that thing. Close to you, away from me. How would I say that coffee is not delicious? And remember, we're going to be throwing a kunai at the E adjective. Sono kohi wa, yeah, sono kohi wa. And then we can go on back to our words. Does anybody know how to say oi, or I'm sorry, I almost said it, excuse me. Does anyone know how to say delicious? You can also look it up on gshow.org. Oishikunai desu. Good job. Oishikunai desu. So that coffee is not delicious. And then let's say if Yamashita sensei was not energetic. Yamashita sensei was not energetic. So we know we're going to start with Yamashita sensei. What are we going to do with the rest? Was not energetic. 山下先生は元気じゃなかったです。Yeah, 元気じゃなかったです。And we're going to be using that gumai kanji now that we have learned the kanji. There we go. So 山下先生は元気じゃなかったです。Good. And let's do one more. Let's say Mrs. Cruz is nice. So if I want to say Mrs. Cruz is nice, how would we say that? To help y'all out, that's how you would write my name. Kurubarzu. So we got the sensei, wa, but we have a different word that we're going to use for nice. Remember, the version of nice that we're using can be nice person or easy as in problem, because they are easy to talk to. It is an E adjective. It starts with ya. Oh, sorry, my shoulder cracked there. Goodness gracious. Yasashi is what I'm looking for. Yeah, yasashi desu. Kuruse sensei wa yasashi desu. Good job. Alrighty, I hope that that helped out with going over how to actually put these into sentences, and that we were able to go over how to conjugate them. So you should have everything you need to get all your stuff done this week. You all know how to contact me. You can text me through Google Voice. You can send me a message on Remind. You can also send me an email. And if there's anything that I can do to help you out, please let me know. But I will go ahead and end the stream for now. Thank you so much for coming on by, and I hope to talk to you soon.